What if I told you that the most powerful technology on Earth is not your phone, not AI, and not even the internet, but something far more ancient, far more advanced, and it's sitting right inside your head? Your brain isn't just a squishy organ running your thoughts. It's an energetic command center, a quantum processor, and the control tower for your entire reality. In this video, we're going to unlock the truth about how your brain works, not just scientifically, but spiritually. Because once you understand how thought, emotion, vibration, and neuroplasticity come together, you'll never see yourself or your potential the same way again. If you're ready to step into the power of your mind and finally connect the dots between science, consciousness, and personal transformation, stay with me. This is the truth most people were never taught. But if you knew this about your brain, you'd change your life. For centuries, we've been taught to think of the brain as a kind of biological computer processing information, sending commands, and controlling our bodies like a central motherboard. But modern science, ancient spiritual teachings, and the cutting-edge field of quantum biology are beginning to reveal something much deeper and more profound. Your brain is not a machine, it's an energy field. This shift in understanding changes everything. The outdated machine model. The classical view of the brain emerged from the industrial age, when scientists sought to understand the mind using metaphors of the time. Just as factories and engines powered society, the brain was seen as a complex machine. Neurons fired, chemicals flowed, and the brain computed thoughts like a processor. This mechanistic model served a purpose. It helped map brain regions, explore neurological disorders, and develop life-saving treatments. But it was limited. It failed to explain consciousness, intuition, creativity, or the mysterious connection between our thoughts and the world around us. It reduced the miraculous to mere circuitry, the shift, frequency over firing. Today, neuroscientists, quantum physicists, and mystics alike are converging on a bold idea. The brain doesn't just operate on electrochemical signals, it emits, receives, and interacts with frequency. Every neuron firing generates an electrical impulse. These impulses create measurable brainwaves or oscillating frequencies, categorized into delta, theta, alpha, beta, and gamma waves. Each frequency correlates to a different state of consciousness. Delta 0.5 to 4 Hz deep sleep, subconscious healing. Theta 4 to 8 Hz meditation, intuition, imagination. Alpha 8 to 12 Hz calm, focus, presence, creativity. Beta 12 to 30 Hz alertness, concentration, problem solving. Gamma 100 plus Hz peak awareness, mystical experiences. Rather than seeing these brainwaves as byproducts, many now believe they are fundamental to how the brain functions, not just inside your skull, but in the energy field around your body. The brain as an electromagnetic field. Your brain doesn't work in isolation. It's part of a dynamic bioelectromagnetic system. It emits an electromagnetic field that radiates beyond your physical skull. In fact, the heart's electromagnetic field is even stronger than the brain's, and the two are constantly communicating in a feedback loop. This means your thoughts are not confined to your head. They ripple through your entire energy system. Think of your brain as an antenna, receiving impressions from your environment and transmitting signals outward. This idea is central in ancient spiritual systems like the chakra model or Kundalini energy, which describe the brain as both a receiver of divine information and a transmitter of intention. Consciousness is not inside your brain. If your brain is more like an antenna or energy conductor, then consciousness isn't generated by the brain, it's accessed through it. This idea is known as the receiver theory of consciousness, supported by both quantum physics and mystical traditions. The brain tunes in to different levels of reality, like a radio picking up frequencies. That's why meditation, breathwork, prayer, or even moments of awe can shift your brain state, and suddenly you perceive life more vividly, feel deeply connected to the universe, or receive insights from seemingly nowhere. These are not hallucinations. They are real shifts in frequency, and your brain is the instrument allowing them to happen. Ancient teachings meet modern truths. Mystical traditions across time and cultures have described the brain as sacred, not because it's a mechanical supercomputer, but because it's a bridge between the physical and non-physical realms. Egyptian spirituality saw the pineal gland as the eye of Horus, a divine transmitter of spiritual truth. Hindu traditions link the brain to the Ajna chakra, or third eye, representing perception beyond ordinary sight. Taoist and yogic systems teach that through energy cultivation, the brain can open channels to cosmic intelligence. Science is only now catching up. The pineal gland, for instance, is light-sensitive and filled with crystals, potentially capable of quantum-level interaction. Could this be why it's often referred to as the seat of the soul? The implications: you are an energy being. Understanding the brain as an energy field changes how we relate to ourselves. Your thoughts are vibrational. They shape the electromagnetic environment inside and around you. You are not trapped by your biology. Neuroplasticity shows that your brain changes with your focus, attention, and emotional frequency. You can access higher states of consciousness. Practices like meditation, chanting, visualization, and breathwork aren't just relaxing. They change your brain's energetic signature. You are connected to everything. If your brain is energy and the universe is energy, you are part of a much larger energetic ecosystem. Your brain is not a cold machine operating in isolation. It is a living, vibrating energy field, harmonizing with the rhythms of your body, your emotions, your environment, and the universe itself. When you begin to see your mind as energy, not just matter, you step into a new level of power. You begin to realize that change is not just possible, it's your nature. The truth is, you are energy, guided by consciousness, and your brain is your bridge between the two. Imagine if you could change your thoughts, habits, and even your personality, not through force but by literally reshaping your brain. This isn't science fiction. It's the reality of neuroplasticity, the brain's extraordinary ability to reorganize itself, grow new connections, and adapt, no matter your age or past. Once believed to be fixed and unchangeable after childhood, the brain is now understood to be in constant flux. Your experiences, thoughts, emotions, and behaviors are sculpting your brain in real time, moment by moment. Whether you're trying to heal trauma, break bad habits, or unlock hidden potential, neuroplasticity is the key that unlocks transformation from within. What is neuroplasticity? Neuroplasticity, also called brain plasticity, refers to the brain's ability to change its structure and function in response to experience. Neurons, your brain cells, are constantly forming new connections, strengthening some, and pruning away others. Think of your brain like a dense forest. Every thought you think and action you repeat carves a path. The more you walk that path, the deeper and clearer it becomes. That's why repeated patterns of thought, whether empowering or destructive, become habits over time. But here's the magic. You can consciously choose to cut new trails. Your brain is always changing. Every experience you have, reading a book, practicing a skill, feeling joy or sadness, leaves a footprint in the brain. This happens through several mechanisms. Synaptogenesis, creation of new connections between neurons. Myelination, strengthening of neural pathways by insulating them for faster transmission. Neurogenesis, in certain areas like the hippocampus, even new neurons can grow. These changes happen regardless of whether the experiences are positive or negative. That means trauma, stress, or chronic anxiety can wire the brain toward fear and limitation. But equally, meditation, gratitude, learning, and joy can rebuild the brain for peace, purpose, and resilience. The role of repetition. Neuroplasticity is shaped by what you do consistently. A single thought or event may spark a connection, but it's through repetition and emotion that these pathways become habits. The brain is an efficiency machine. It prefers well-trodden neural routes. That's why breaking a habit feels difficult. Your brain has built a literal highway for that behavior. But with intentional effort, you can build a new road, and eventually your brain will favor it. Here's the good news. Your brain doesn't care whether a pattern is good or bad. It just builds what you practice. Emotion supercharges plasticity. Emotionally charged experiences leave the strongest imprint. Think about a joyful moment from childhood. You can likely recall it in vivid detail. Why? Because emotion releases chemicals like dopamine and adrenaline, which tell the brain, "This is important. Remember it." This works in your favor when practicing gratitude, love, or courage. When you attach positive emotion to new habits or affirmations, you dramatically accelerate your brain's rewiring. It also explains why trauma has such a deep impact. But through therapeutic practices, emotional release, and intentional reframing, even trauma-based pathways can be softened and restructured. Ancient wisdom meets modern science. Many ancient practices that once seemed mystical now align perfectly with what we know about neuroplasticity. Meditation builds gray matter in brain regions related to memory, emotional regulation, and empathy. Mantras and affirmations. Repeated words rewire subconscious patterns. Visualization activates the same brain regions as actual experience, training the brain through imagination. Prayer and gratitude reduce stress hormones, enhance well-being, and strengthen positive neural pathways. These practices aren't just woo, they are neurosculpting tools. You are not your past. One of the most empowering truths neuroplasticity reveals is that you are not stuck with the brain you were born with, nor are you doomed by past experiences or old conditioning. Whether you've struggled with anxiety, addiction, procrastination, or low self-worth, neuroplasticity gives you a second chance over and over again. By choosing new thoughts, practicing new habits, and nurturing new emotions, you create a new internal reality, and your external reality soon begins to match. How to rewire your brain daily. You don't need complex tools to activate neuroplasticity. Simple, consistent practices can transform your brain. Conscious awareness. Catch yourself in old thought loops. Awareness is the first disruptor. Intentional focus. What you focus on, you strengthen. Focus on what you want to grow. Daily repetition. Repetition rewires. Create rituals and routines around your new identity. Emotional engagement. Feel the joy, courage, or gratitude as you practice your new ways. Mindfulness and meditation. Stillness helps your brain slow down and reorganize itself. Lifelong learning. New knowledge equals new neurons. Never stop learning. Move your body. Exercise boosts neurogenesis and overall brain flexibility. Your brain is not static. It's a dynamic, living field of possibility, shaped by your choices, your focus, and your feelings. Neuroplasticity means you're never stuck. You're never too old, and your past doesn't define you unless you let it. The story of your brain is the story of your life. And today you get to write a new chapter, one thought, one practice, one pathway at a time. You are the sculptor, and your brain is the clay. We've been taught to view the brain as a biological machine, cells firing electrical impulses in predictable patterns. But modern science and ancient wisdom are converging to reveal something far more profound. Your brain operates on quantum principles, not just biological ones. It doesn't just process information, it creates reality. Understanding your brain as a quantum system shifts everything. It means your thoughts are not just fleeting sparks but vibrational frequencies that ripple out into the universe. It means your intentions, focus, and beliefs can literally change your physical reality. Not metaphorically, but energetically and measurably. Beyond the physical, what quantum means. Quantum mechanics is the branch of physics that studies the smallest particles in the universe, subatomic particles like electrons and photons. At this level, reality behaves differently than anything we see in the physical world. Here are some key quantum principles relevant to the brain. Non-locality. Particles can influence each other instantly across space. Superposition. Particles exist in multiple states until observed. Observer effect. The act of observation changes what is observed. Entanglement. Once connected, particles affect one another, no matter how far apart. These aren't science fiction, they are proven principles. And your brain, being an electromagnetic and energetic system, follows these same laws. Your brain emits quantum fields. The brain is not just a bunch of neurons firing. It's an electromagnetic field generator. Every thought you think produces a unique frequency. EEG scans measure this in brainwaves, alpha, beta, theta, gamma, but even these are just the surface layer. At the quantum level, your brain creates subtle fields of energy, fields that interact with other energy fields inside and outside your body. That's why thoughts and emotions have power. They aren't just invisible fluff. They are electromagnetic signatures that broadcast into the field of reality. Your beliefs and perceptions alter these frequencies, and therefore shape how you experience the world. Thoughts as quantum events. In traditional neuroscience, a thought is just a neuron firing. In quantum neuroscience, a thought is a quantum event, a shift in energetic probability. Your mind doesn't just react to external stimuli. It selects reality from a field of infinite possibilities. That's the essence of superposition. Multiple outcomes exist, and your attention and expectation collapse the wave into a specific reality. This is the scientific explanation behind practices like visualization, mentally focusing on a future outcome, affirmations, repeating beliefs until they manifest, intention setting, aligning thought with action and energy, prayer or ritual, accessing altered states of consciousness. These practices tune your brain into different quantum possibilities, and your body and reality follow. Consciousness as the creator. Mainstream science once considered consciousness a byproduct of the brain. But new quantum theories suggest something far more radical. Consciousness may not come from the brain at all. Instead, your brain might be more like a receiver or tuner of consciousness, similar to how a radio tunes into frequencies. The signal isn't in the device. The device merely allows you to access it. This explains how intuitive knowledge, sudden insight, or inspiration can arrive without linear thinking. It also connects to ancient teachings that consciousness is the source of all creation, and the brain is merely a tool that allows humans to navigate it. The brain and quantum healing. If your brain is quantum, then healing can also happen on a quantum level. That's why spontaneous remissions, energy medicine, and belief-based healings are not just anomalies. They are glimpses into how consciousness can reorganize matter. Studies have shown placebo effects often produce measurable healing just through belief. Meditation alters gene expression and immune function. Energy healing practices like Reiki or Qigong influence brainwaves and mood. Quantum biofeedback allows people to shift physical states using intention. These suggest the mind is not confined by the brain. Instead, your thoughts ripple into your biology, changing your cellular activity, emotions, and health outcomes. How to activate your quantum brain. Here are daily practices to begin living from your quantum mind instead of just your logical one. Slow down brainwaves. Use meditation, deep breathing, or music to access alpha or theta states, the doorway to the subconscious and quantum field. Practice mental rehearsal. Visualize desired outcomes vividly. Your brain can't distinguish between imagination and reality at the quantum level. Observe your thoughts consciously. The observer effect means your awareness alters the pattern. Simply noticing fear or doubt reduces its power. Feel as if it's already true. Emotions are quantum amplifiers. Align your inner state with the reality you wish to create. Trust the field. Let go of forcing outcomes. The quantum field responds best to clarity plus surrender. Limit low-frequency inputs. Negative media, people, or environments reinforce low vibrations. Protect your energy field. Your brain is not a computer. It is not just a bundle of wires sending signals. It is a conscious, energetic, creative force, capable of rewriting your biology, transforming your reality, and connecting to the infinite. When you understand that your thoughts collapse quantum waves, you stop being a passive observer of life and become its conscious creator. Your brain is not just in your head. It is a bridge between the seen and unseen, between matter and energy, between the human and the divine. This is not philosophy. It is the future of neuroscience and the resurrection of ancient spiritual truth. We live in a world obsessed with thinking, analysis, logic, productivity. But when it comes to transformation, the most powerful force in your body isn't your thoughts. It's your feelings. Beneath every healing, breakthrough, or spiritual awakening lies a shift in vibration. And that vibration is shaped not by what you think, but by how you feel. Your emotions are more than fleeting moods. They are energetic signals that change your biology, your mind, and even the reality around you. And when you learn how to feel intentionally, you unlock a gateway to self-healing, alignment, and vibrational mastery. Everything is energy, and emotion is energy in motion. Let's start with the basics. Your body is energy. Every atom that makes you is 99.9999% space. That space isn't empty. It's vibrating energy. And the frequency of that vibration determines the state of your body, mind, and spirit. Emotions, too, are forms of energy. In fact, the word emotion literally means energy in motion. When you feel something, grief, joy, anger, love, it generates a distinct vibrational signature in your body. These feelings affect your cells, your hormones, your immune system, and even your ability to heal. High vibration emotions like gratitude, love, peace, and joy elevate your energy. They bring coherence to your brain waves and heart rhythms. They signal your body to relax, repair, and expand. Low vibration emotions like fear, shame, guilt, and anger constrict your energy. They trigger stress responses, block healing, and keep you in survival mode. The frequency scale of emotions. Dr. David R. Hawkins, a psychiatrist and spiritual teacher, developed a map of consciousness that assigns vibrational frequencies to emotions. Shame, 20. Guilt, 30. Fear, 100. Anger, 150. Courage, 200. Love, 500. Joy, 540. Peace, 600. Enlightenment, 700 to 1000. The number is not a score. It represents a frequency in Hertz Hz. And here's the key. When your dominant emotional frequency rises, your body heals faster, your thoughts become clearer, and your life begins to mirror your internal state. Emotion is the portal to healing. You can't think your way into healing, you have to feel your way. That's why people who suppress or avoid emotions often struggle with chronic issues. Buried emotions become stuck energy. They lodge in the body, manifesting as pain, tension, or illness. But when you allow emotion to move, when you feel it fully without judgment, it creates an energetic release. This clears space for higher frequencies to enter. It's not always easy, but it's incredibly powerful. That's why practices like crying, laughing deeply, dancing or shaking, screaming into a pillow, breath work and somatic release can feel so healing. They move stagnant energy and restore flow. The science behind feeling to heal. Modern neuroscience is catching up to ancient wisdom. Studies show that emotions trigger the release of neuropeptides, which affect cells throughout the body. Positive feelings like gratitude increase heart rate variability, HRV, a marker of resilience and healing. Trauma and suppressed emotion are stored in the limbic system and body tissues and can be released through emotional processing. Feeling emotions fully engages the parasympathetic nervous system, which governs rest and regeneration. In short, your emotional state directly impacts your physical state. Feelings aren't woo-woo. They're bioenergetic commands that tell your body what to do. Feelings shape your vibration and your reality. You don't attract what you want. You attract what you vibrate, and you vibrate based on what you feel most often. That's why manifesting isn't about thinking positive thoughts. It's about feeling the frequency of what you desire before it arrives. If you want love, you must feel love now. If you want abundance, you must feel safe, expansive, and worthy now. Feeling is the shortcut. It tunes your body like an instrument, aligning you with people, experiences, and outcomes that match your energy. It doesn't matter if you say affirmations 1,000 times. If your dominant emotional field is fear or unworthiness, your energy will reflect that. To shift your reality, you must shift your emotional home base, the set of feelings you live in day to day. How to heal through feeling. Here's how you can use your emotions as tools for healing and vibration elevation. Pause and notice. Regularly check in. What am I feeling right now? Where is it in my body? No judgment, just awareness. Name and accept. Label the feeling: sadness, jealousy, fear. Naming helps process it. Acceptance allows movement. Breathe into it. Bring your breath into the sensation. This activates the body's natural release mechanisms. Express it safely. Move, write, sing, cry, punch a pillow. Whatever helps the emotion move. Don't suppress it. Choose higher feelings. Once the emotion moves, shift into higher frequencies with gratitude, love, or joy. Use music, nature, memories, or visualization. Repeat and trust. Emotional mastery is a practice. You are rewiring your vibrational field every time you allow and feel. Feeling is not weakness, it's energetic intelligence. Your emotions are not problems to fix or ignore. They are messages from your soul, guiding you toward alignment, authenticity, and higher vibration. If you want to heal your body, shift your reality, or manifest a new life, don't start with your mind. Start with your energy. And that means learning to feel fully, freely, and consciously. Your healing is not somewhere out there. It's already within you, waiting to be felt into existence. Vibrational sensitivity is pointing to one powerful truth. You are not a fixed machine. You are a dynamic, living energy field. Your brain, your heart, your emotions, your thoughts, they're not just biological systems. They are tools of conscious creation. You are the blueprint, not just of your body, but of your reality. The way your brain is wired isn't destiny, it's adaptable. Your thoughts and beliefs can evolve. Your emotions aren't flaws to be controlled, but frequencies to be understood and mastered. And the energy you radiate, through every feeling, every thought, every breath, is shaping the life around you. Modern science and ancient spirituality are finally converging on this universal principle. You are the creator of your inner and outer world. The mystics said it through symbols. The sages taught it in silence. And now neuroscience confirms it in measurable waves, patterns, and rewired connections. This is your invitation to stop living like you're stuck, broken, or limited. You are infinitely capable of transformation. Your brain isn't your limit, it's your launch pad. Your emotions aren't your enemy, they're your compass. And your vibration isn't just a personal state, it's a signal to the universe. So what will you do with this knowing? Will you continue to think the same thoughts, feel the same pain, repeat the same patterns? Or will you awaken to the truth that's been waiting for you all along? Sparkles that your healing begins when you stop running from your feelings. Sparkles that your power is found in your presence, not your past. Sparkles and that your future is not something you chase. It's something you vibrate into being. You are the experiment, the observer, the creator, and the creation. The divine blueprint isn't hidden in the stars or locked away in temples. It's encoded in you. And the moment you truly realize this, the moment you feel it, is the moment your entire life begins to shift. The real question isn't, can I change? It's, are you ready to remember who you really are?